I have a question. Like, if I got detained and I got paroled, now I'm applying for adjustment status. I'm still in removal proceeding. I'm eligible to adjust my status.
When you say paroled, paroled from a criminal jail or paroled into the United States?
Paroled United States.
Okay.
Like,
why were you paroled into the United States?
Oh, I have a visitor visa, and I came to get married. They're saying it's an intent to get in, so they got detained from the airport.
They paroled you into the country from the airport.
No, they detained me from the airport, and then after.
Wait. What did they do to you at the airport?
They detained
you at the airport, and then what happened?
And then my girlfriend, requested parole at the ICE officer, and then they paroled me.
Do you have to see a judge?
Before judge, I claimed asylum. I can't go back to my country because of some reason. I have a problem going back to my country. So I go to the interview, credible for interview, and then I passed the interview. So she requested parole, and then the ICE officer accepted the parole.
Well, there's two different types of parole, one that admits you and one that doesn't. Generally, parole allows you to adjust, but sometimes when you're applying, when they parole you in to see a judge, that's not a parole to adjust your status. I would need to see exactly what they did. You have those documents?
I think they said it's humanitarian parole because my girlfriend's father was sick. He's on the bed.
So you were paroled in for humanitarian reasons. Then that would absolutely be a parole to allow you to adjust your status. You're going to need all sorts of waivers. You're going to need help, and you have to do it before a judge. But yes, a humanitarian parole because your girlfriend's father was sick. Absolutely, that's a parole to adjust.
Yeah, but what happened? I'm at the removal proceeding. My lawyer previously, I have a lawyer, and he said he filed everything together, I-130 and I-485.
Your lawyer should file a total adjustment because you're in inadmissibility proceedings. You're not in deportation. So I assume, I don't know where you are, but I'm going to assume that you're in inadmissibility proceedings, and if that's the case, then you would just adjust. If they allowed you into the country and then put you in deportation, then you would have to do it before a judge. So I don't know where you're at. Because your question is, are you eligible to adjust on humanitarian parole? The answer is yes. I'm taking guesses now on everything else because I don't have the documents in front of me.
I'm sorry. So my second question is, if they're denied from the USCIS, is that good way I can appeal from the USCIS or I can go back to the church?
Why would you be denied?
They didn't give me a reason for 2 years.
Okay.
And then they're saying, judge our over jurisdiction.
Kumar, the reason you would be denied is one of two reasons. One, they don't believe it's a real marriage. Or two, you made a misrepresentation and need a waiver. Or maybe you have a criminal record I don't know about. There could be other reasons why, too. I have no idea why you're denied. Okay?
I-130 approved.
So your I-130 is approved and your adjustment is pending, and it's been more than 2 years and you're in inadmissibility proceedings, not removal proceedings, then what you need is abidir to sue the government because you need a mandamus. There could be 100 reasons and 100 different ways we can go on this. And on my show, I'm a good lawyer, but I'm not a mind reader. I can't read the documents that you're looking at. A lot of times, I need to go through a file and tell you what to do. Okay? So I could answer your question absolutely. Can you adjust on humanitarian parole? Absolutely, all day long. Are you eligible to adjust? What's your situation? I would need to see your records. Okay, but based on everything you're telling me, there's a way for you to get a green card. Okay, and if it's more than 2 years, you need to hold on. 1 second.
Hey, Brad, this is Jackie. Yeah, my fiancé, he's been deported now since January of this year.
Why?
Yeah, 3 DUIs. And in Wisconsin, they're not considered felonies, from my understanding, but they are misdemeanors. The lawyer that his son got for him was very, very inexperienced. She was only 2 years.
Did he have a green card?
I'm sorry, what?
Did he have a green card?
No, he doesn't have a green card. He came in one time legal, and I guess another time he came in somehow. I don't know how, but he came in, according to his lawyer, that he did have. He spent 240 days in jail, the civil.
Where is he from?
He's from Mexico.
All right, and this is your husband or your boyfriend?
No, my fiance. I'm going in May, next month.
Okay, so you're gonna. It's water under the bridge now. He's already in Mexico and got deported. Whether his lawyer had 2 years or 10 years, he's not coming back unless you go to Mexico, you marry him, and he's going to need all sorts of waivers. He's going to need waivers for the 3 DUIs. I am going to almost assure you that he's going to need some sort of alcohol anonymous class to prove
he did that in jail.
I understand that, to prove he's sober, and he's going to have to show an extreme and unusual hardship to you to be able to come back, because he does have 3 crimes of moral turpitude. Perhaps the DUIs are, maybe they're not. I don't know what Wisconsin DUI law says. I know, for example, in New York, a DWI is a crime of moral turpitude. A DUI is not. I would have to actually read what is a Wisconsin.
Well,
DUI
he didn't in his pleas. He didn't say he was guilty. He said
one second, Jackie.
nothing.
Let me ask you a question. Was he deported because he overstayed, or was he deported because he was?
That I don't know, because I don't have his record. I've been trying to get him to get his record, and I don't have his immigration file.
All right, so we're going to have to get his record and figure it out. But he's definitely going to need waivers to come back. 1 waiver for deportation, perhaps 2, perhaps a second one for crimes of moral turpitude.
Well, I'm calling about my fiance. Also, he was deported. It was from. They said it was they made it seem like it was a big drug charge. When he got arrested, they did find 4 bags of crack cocaine and a half of marijuana that he smoked. And then when the police came in and the press, they made it seem like he had so much drugs and so much.
Was he found guilty of a drug offense?
Yes, he was,
Okay.
but then they lowered it.
Okay, and he was not. He was a resident.
He was a permanent resident.
How
yeah.
long was he a resident?
He was here since he was 6 years old.
Okay, was his mother or father a citizen before he turned 18?
No, he just arrived about 3 months.
Who just arrived
from his 18th birthday.
You told me he's been here since he was 6 months old. 6 years old.
6 years old.
So who arrived? The parents arrived when he was 18.
Yes, the father had sponsored the mother, and then the mother went back and got them.
Okay, but the father, was he a citizen?
It wasn't his naturalized father. It was the married into.
Unfortunately, then, unless he's a citizen of the United States and he already got deported, he's not coming back with any sort of serious drug offense.
Even if they fabricated the whole.
Well, it doesn't matter if they fabricated it or not. You got to prove that. So, you could sit there and scream and yell they fabricated it, but as far as the U.S. Embassy is concerned, he has a drug conviction. So unless you're going to reopen that criminal case and prove that it's all fabricated, and I don't know how you're going to do all of that, then that conviction stands.
So even if it was where I'm at, right, there's been a lot of cases where the police officers have fabricated arrests and planted drugs. Yes.
He has a conviction. So that's all immigration's going to look at. There is a conviction. They're not, you could scream from the top of your roof of your apartment that everything was fabricated, and maybe it was. I have no idea. I'm not here to tell you whether it was or wasn't, because I don't know. But let's assume it was. He has a conviction. It's all immigration's going to look at. So unless that conviction is vacated somehow, and you're going to vacate it by proving that everything was fabricated, that's a high burden.
I was also sorry.
Yeah.
I also was looking into ineffective counsel assistance.
It doesn't. The only ineffective assistance. The only thing you can do is try to vacate the criminal conviction. There's no from immigration standpoint. If he has a drug offense, he's getting deported. Period.
Even as a non-violent.
Did they charge him as a drug trafficker? A sale of drugs?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so sale of drugs is an aggravated felony. That's why there was no ineffective assistance of counsel, unless you're going to be able to prove that that's not the case.
So the lawyer that I hired, Mr.
You don't have to say his name. It doesn't matter.
You're right.
Okay,
right.
So,
I held it back.
So the only thing to argue in those things, was he a drug trafficker? Was he not a drug trafficker?
No.
I understand you're saying that, but if he was convicted of sale of drugs, that conviction is he's a drug trafficker under immigration law. If he was not convicted of sale of drugs, then that's a different story. If you'd like, two things, Ruby, and I know you want your man back. Okay, all right. I know you want your man back. Okay.
All his kids are here.
I understand that. He's either the only, and it's a 1 in a million shot. But either you're vacating his criminal conviction, or in fact he was not convicted of sale of drugs and immigration got it all wrong. I don't know.
My question is, I've asked it already twice, but I didn't have all the information. My fiance's father lives in Texas. He's been a permanent resident for about almost 40 years. The last 10 years, he got a divorce, and then he became an alcoholic, went to rehab and all that. But in that meantime, he got 2 PIs and one, what do you call it? Well, 3. The one he pleaded guilty, and the other 2 were dismissed. He did all his court and all that. So we wanted to know if you can help him in his case.
To what? Become a citizen? Or is he in deportation? What's going on?
No. He's not in deportation. He doesn't even know if he is, but since that.
You want me to look into the case and see what his immigration consequences are, and whether I can make him a citizen if he chooses to, if he can travel, that type of thing. Yeah, I can absolutely. I would need to see the dispositions first. So
I have them.
Okay, so hold on 1 second, and you'll have a phone consultation with me next week.
Bye.
Bye.
I have an adjustment question. I came here on a C1 visa, but I was not a crewman.
You were coming to switch planes.
I came on a plane.
In transit. To switch
in transit, yes.
Right.
Okay, so I remained. I'm here. I've been here a while, about 15 years. And I'm not married. My husband is permanently disabled. So 2 questions I have. First off, can I adjust with my situation, and can my husband sponsor me, seeing that he's on permanent disability?
Okay. Permanent disability answers yes. You may need a second affidavit of support. Now, you said originally you came as a crewman? Or you came
I was never a crewman, and I did not intend on being a crewman. I came as a passenger on an airplane.
Perfect. I understand. Okay. And you were going, where were you doing? Where are you from originally?
Trinidad.
And you were going from Trinidad where? To Miami to go to another country, right?
No, I was just coming to the U.S.
So what kind of visa did you
have?
I had
no idea that my visa was going to be viewed in a certain, light.
Right. Well, that visa allows you to adjust your status, absolutely. What doesn't allow you to adjust your status if you're on a C1, D1 visa, which is that you're a crew member, you're coming to America to join a boat, to work on a boat. That's what you can't adjust on. But you were somebody supposedly in transit. Now, maybe there's some misrepresentation issue. I don't know. But you were supposedly in transit. That visa is you were coming from Trinidad to go to, I'm making it up, I have no idea where you flew to, Miami, and then you were supposed to be on a layover in Miami, whether it was for 12 hours or 2 days or 3 days, to get on an airplane to go to another country outside of the United States.
Well, I can tell you what happened. When I got that visa, I was going on a cruise, but I was going on a cruise as a passenger.
Right.
And the following year, I wanted to come to the U.S., and I came and I stayed. I came on the same visa. I used the same visa.
And nobody said anything to you?
The immigration, I don't know, whoever I spoke to at the airport, I was a little scared, so I kind of fabricated why I was here and everything like that. And he let me through.
All right, so it's possible, because I heard the word fabrication, that you're eligible to adjust. You're going to need a waiver.
I'm going to need a waiver.
Yes.
Okay, what type of waiver and how do
you need a misrepresentation waiver because you fabricated. Because the visa that you came on was for you to go back on another cruise or to go fly to another country, and maybe you said something that's what I was planning on doing, and they said, okay, come on in, and that wasn't really what you were planning on doing. So that's the fabrication or the misrepresentation. So you would need a waiver based on hardship to your husband, which I assume he's going to have if he's on permanent disability.
Yes.
If you were not be able to get your green card. So the fact that he's on permanent disability already puts you in a better light for a good waiver, and maybe you need a second affidavit of support. So hold on. We can help you. Hold on 1 second.
I got a friend who got a denial last week, Thursday.
For what?
For a green card, I-130.
Why was it denied, is my question.
It was denied. It was stated that it seems like it's a sham marriage.
Okay.
And then this week, Monday, he got a next letter in the mail that his I-130 was approved. It has an I-797 notice. saying the petition was approved.
Well, then it wasn't a sham marriage if the I-130 was approved.
Well, first he got a letter saying it was denied. His case was denied.
Well, maybe his adjustment was denied and the I-130 was approved, but it wasn't denied because it was a sham marriage, because they would never have approved the I-130.
And then this week he got that letter stating that.
Yeah, we don't have all the facts right here, because in other words, the I-130 is the approval that it's a bona fide marriage. So you can't get adjustment denied saying it's a sham marriage and then they approve the I-130. What could happen is they approve the I-130, they say it's a good marriage, but we're going to deny your adjustment for some other reason.
Okay, so what should he do?
Call me, let me see why they denied it, and then let me figure out how to fix it.
When I was a little boy, 5, 6 years old, I met my grandfather. He was a U.S. citizen. He said that I can probably come stay, in the United States.
Right.
He can help me find papers, but I waited too long, and then when I came to the United States, then I couldn't find my grandfather. Is there any way we can try to do something now and see if I can get... Right now, I'm 39.
So who raised you?
No, I was with my mom, and then eventually I came to the United States when I was like 18 years old.
Okay, and where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
All right, and how did you come to America?
Well, I came without inspection.
Right.
I came without inspection.
So
I became a legal permanent resident now.
Oh, so what is your question? What do you need help with?
No, can I become a U.S. citizen through my grandfather or no?
No, you have to naturalize.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.